Hello, Ghost Hunters! The Phasmophobia Holiday Update Tempest is here. Stay tuned to see what's new. Because I covered the holiday event with the trophy and badge in this video here, I won't be going into how to complete this challenge. I will say that several people have had issues with activating their badge, and because of this, I'll show you how to activate your badge. You can access the lobby board and then click next to your name here. Most players will have only the default gray badge and the holiday badge at the moment, but other badges are coming. The next big change is to custom difficulties. When the Tempest update first dropped, custom difficulties received an 80% reduction applied to rewards at the end of each contract. This change was mostly made to combat those individuals who played on difficulties easier than Nightmare but reaped rewards much greater than equivalent default difficulties. However, many players in the community pushed back against this change, and as of now, the developer has dropped this to 60%, which feels more in line with other difficulties. If you are still unhappy with this change, please know that developers are aware that this does not fully reflect the rewards players with easier settings or much harder settings should be receiving, and they do have plans to make changes in the future. So keep this in mind as changes are made and developers rework this for a solution that more evenly fits all players. If you are a very thorough ghost hunter, you may have noticed some bonuses on your reward screen at the end of your hunts. The first is your investigation bonus, which players will receive if they identify their ghost correctly and escape alive. This bonus will double your money and experience from primary and secondary objectives completing during that contract. The second is for a perfect game. This is awarded to players who not only correctly identify the ghost and escape alive, but who also collect the bone and fill the journal with 3-star photos. On the flip side of this though, the rewards for secondary objectives have had their rewards reduced to allow for those extra bonuses. And these bonuses are affected by the difficulty multiplier. So overall, if you are playing normally and attempting to complete the contracts fully, then you should be making more money and experience than you were before. If you've played since the update came out, you probably have noticed this change. The most noticeable changes are that fog has returned and that there is now a sunrise weather. Weather has been completely revamped, so those of you who experienced lag or other performance issues before should find some relief with these changes. Please note that there are settings specific to some of the weather. If you find yourself in a campsite location with fog and feel like you've been transported to Minecraft, then you may want to adjust these settings to more fully enjoy the game. No knock on Minecraft, it's a great game that I personally play on a regular basis. As with all major updates, Ghost received a little bit of tweaking to make them feel more in line with how developers imagined them. The first ghost to receive a change is the Raiju. A change that came with all ghosts in the update included ghosts affecting lights in the location in the same way that they affect equipment. So just as your flashlight flickers because of a nearby ghost, the lights in that range will also flicker. For all ghosts, this is 10 meters. However, for a Raiju, it is 15 meters. Players could use this to determine their ghost is a Raiju if it is affecting the lights at a much larger range. The Wraith received a more specific change with the salt. Previously, Wraiths could be determined by placing salt and then never seeing the glowy footprints with the UV. However, now a Wraith will never step in a salt pile. The Obake got a fairly significant change. As you probably know, they have unique fingerprints that can appear when interacting with doors, windows, light switches, and the like. But with this update, Obakes now also shapeshift. During a hunt, the Obake will have a 6.66% chance of shapeshifting into a different ghost form before returning to their original form each time it flickers, and it's guaranteed to happen at least once per hunt. The Revenant received a return to its Speed Demon ways, or maybe I should say Speed Revenant ways. You may remember that the Revenant is a very slow ghost, unless it can see a player. When the ghost can see a player, it is extremely fast, but as soon as it loses sight of the ghost hunter, it immediately slows to a crawl. With this update, the Revenant will now keep their speed until reaching the last known position of players. When they reach this spot, they will gradually lower their speed instead of instantly. So Revenants overall are a much more dangerous ghost. If you've had a Goryo in the past couple of months, you may have noticed that this ghost likes to roam. In this patch, the Goryo can no longer change their favorite room, and they will not roam long distances. The Hantu is known for its freezing temperatures. In this update, the Hantu will now display cold breath in any room during a hunt if the breaker is off. To be clear, the Hantu itself will display the cold temperatures around its head during hunts if the breaker is off, as seen here. Players will not see this outside of a hunt or if the breaker is on, and will not see cold temperatures in other rooms. This change is a literal cold breath visual change for the Hantu, which can be used to identify your ghost. Several other changes happened with this update. Changes I specifically noticed are that smudge sticks burn effects are much improved. The haunted mirror effects and visibility are also improved. Radios are now interactable when the breaker is off, as they are not plugged in. Sandy pills no longer disappear when using them. Instead, the empty bottle will drop to the floor and will not be interactable. So no more swallowing the bottle with the pills. The Ouija board will not break when the player who activated the board walks away, but instead will only do so when all players are more than 5 meters from the board. You can now place crucifixes. When placing them, you can see the range of their effectiveness. If you noticed other changes that I did not mention in this video, let me know in the comments. I will be posting about the VIP badges in my community section soon, so make sure you check back for that. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and as always, happy hunting!